Oh, so, um, this is a product I've been waiting to open and review for some time now. Um, Primarily because I've been waiting for my Mac Studio to arrive, and it's here. Yes, I bought a Mac Studio. I returned the Mac Studio. I rebought it again because I did a custom build. Anyways, this is something that I've been looking forward to trying because I can use it, of course, on my MacBook Pro, and I can use it with the Mac Studio. And there's a few features for me that I'm looking forward to trying with this. So we're going to take a look at the INTPW USB-C docking station. See what comes in the box. We're going to connect it to both my Mac Studio and my MacBook, and see what we think. Okay, so right now this is coming in about $200 US. 4.5 stars out of 33 reviews, which is good. You can get this in 3 different colors. Now, INTPW sent this to us. It's a 16-in-1, which is very cool. You can get it in black, which is fairly sharp, the black, right? There you go. You can get it in silver, and I think if you really wanted it to match like the Studio, this would maybe be the color is the silver. Or you can get it in the gray, which is this color, and it's the color that I have. And I think that color goes really good with my MacBook Pro, but you can tell that it's darker. Is that a big deal? No, not at all. Now, the cool thing about this, and one of the things that I really like, and we're seeing this a lot coming out now with some of these hubs through USB-C, is that we can now take away some of those limitations, number one, of especially with the original M1 MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, is they could only do single display out. Where now with some software drivers, these devices can do dual screen. So this one does have the ability to do 5K. I think it's 5K single or 4K dual video output, which is fantastic, right? You can actually have your MacBook and have 2 displays, 4K displays. Yeah, awesome. You can see here dual screen 4K at 60 hertz, which is great. A single 5K at 60 hertz, and of course anything kind of lower than that. And I've used something similar to this in the past, but it was one 4K 60 and one 4K 30. So this a little bit better, and of course as software gets better and hardware gets better, we can expect just better in general. Now, the other thing that I really like on this one is just the amount of ports that this has. So it does have USB 3.2 ports on it, USB 3 ports, and I believe USB 2 ports, depending on what you're using. And yeah, you can see it here, right? Display port on the back, SD card and mini SD card, sorry, micro SD card, awesome. 2 HDMI ports, yep. USB 2. Right, and they say, and these are kind of on the back. The USB 2 ports, my recommendation would be, I think they talk about it too, this is a great place to plug in like, well, any USB 2 things you have, but keyboard, mouse, if you have in this, right? Down here, we do have, this is going to go, the USB-C, which is going to go to your computer. You do get a, I think it's just a gigabit LAN port, and then a power, right? So this is going to go out to your power. 100 watts is what it can take, which is really good as well. Then on the front side, and this is kind of the important one for me, because I'm going to have it facing front right beside the Mac Studio. You're going to have headphone microphone jack, it's combo, USB-C 3.2, USB 3.2, and 3 more USB 3 ports. So this thing is just jacked, right? Because even on the Mac Studio, really you have 2 USB-C ports. But now I'm going to have 3 USB-C ports and 4 USB-A ports and 2 SD card readers, which means for me, which I, camera A, camera B, I can put 2 cards in and import all at the same time, and I can go do something and not have to switch cards. Oh, so good. Okay, so this is it. This is the box, nice black box, nothing overly exciting, right? USB-C docking station. Again, I've opened it so I can take a look at it, but I haven't connected it. You get a warranty. Sweet, because we all like warranties. How long is the warranty? I guess I should tell you guys this. Lifetime warranty? What? For our members, we promise to replace our defective units with a brand new one for free. Really? And for general customers, our warranty is 12 months, and our members can enjoy lifetime warranty. So I'm guessing you want to join up to be a member, I'm guessing. So you kind of go to the website and figure that out, I guess. I'm not 100% sure how that works. And, of course, this is the instruction manual, which actually, as far as instruction manuals go, please, really nice. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to go through all the setup and stuff like this. And the reason is I've tried a bunch of these different docks in the past, and I've got software and all that installed already, which should work because they all kind of use the same software in the back end. So we're just going to really take a look at this. I'm going to hook it up and just make sure it works, right? So number one, actually, this is it. Now, what I really like about it's like it is metal, right? This is all metal. I'm not sure if it's an aluminum or what it's made of, but this is going to be its own heat sink, which is awesome. And there's all the ports on it, right? That SD card, which is awesome. And you could sit this to the side. You could sit it up and down. I'm probably going to sit it up and down because it does have feet at the bottom, so it's going to sit this way. There's your USB 3 ports, your 3.2, both USB A and USB C, your headphone and microphone port, and I'm guessing like a little power indicator. Now on the back, this does have, it says, I don't know if you can see it, it's hard to see. Driver is needed to use the DP port. So I'm going to pull this off here. And I kind of like that they put it there so that if you want to access these ports on the back, which you kind of need to, you have to read this because you have to pull that off. What does that say? Can you guys maybe read that? It says, download drivers from www.displaylink.com/downloads. For macOS users, please tick the display link user agent in the security and privacy after installing the drivers. If you have any issues, there's their email. Nice and simple. Basically, similar to what all of them need. But after that's done, then, right, there's that DP port, right? Display port. There's your HDMI 1, HDMI 2. It says, I believe, I think either one of them can be used in 5K, but as far as I know, only one of them. So as soon as you do dual monitors, I believe they go down to 4K. There's your USB 2. So again, if you've got a mouse and keyboard and stuff like that, this is going to go out to computer. There's your LAN port. Again, I believe it's 1 gigabit, right? Does it say here? RG45 gigabit, yeah, gigabit Ethernet, yeah, which fine, it's good, right? And then this is going to be going out to your power. Oh, that is excellent. That is excellent, excellent, excellent. And I love that it's nice, solid metal. What do they give us in here? I'm guessing some cables. Now, what I don't see, and it's a little sad, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they all do it anyway. This is nice. What is this? This is they give you this is a VGA to HDMI port. So if you do have a VGA monitor, they have a converter for you. That's kind of nice that they throw that in the box. This is going to be your USB-C to USB-C. So one of these is going to go from the device to power, and the other one is going to go from device to computer. So I'm guessing this one's, what is this one? This is USB-C to USB-A. USB-C to USB-A. So I gotta figure that out because both of these are USB-C, and maybe they're figuring that the USB-A would go to power, is my guess. Okay, would have liked to seen a second USB-C to USB-C maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, I'm going to go upstairs, plug this in, and see how it functions. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll meet you upstairs. All right, guys. So we're upstairs. I got this working now. It's actually hooked into my Mac Studio right now, and I want to talk about the Mac Studio versus the MacBook because there are. It's a little different when you have to set this up. Yes. So number one, at least for me, you install the display software. It's actually just, I don't know if we can bring it up here. It's Display Link. Here's probably one of the biggest keys is that on the MacBook, of course, you have a display. That display is not going to turn off. So when you have this all plugged in, and it comes in here for the first time, because you want it all powered up and then you plug it into your computer, you're going to get a message on the screen that, especially if you're using the new operating system, that kind of says, are you sure you want to allow this device to be able to be accessed? And you, of course, want to say yes. Now, if you have a Mac Studio and you plug your 2 monitors or your 1 monitor or whatever into it first, then of course you're never going to get, or you're never going to see that screen that says, yeah, you're okay with doing this. So on the Mac Studio, if you are running dual displays, my suggestion would be to at least run one display into your Mac Studio, your second display into the box. And you really only have to do that during the primary setup, because once that happens, or once you have those displays set up this way, your primary display will probably only be the one that turns on, and the one that's connected to the box won't be until you get the software actually fired up properly. What's going to happen is that you're going to have to run that display link software. Once it shows up in your menu bar, I should screen record this for you guys. Here it is in the menu bar here. There's a little icon right there. And you want to make sure that that starts. So if it doesn't show up in your startup menu, make sure that it is in your startup menu. You'll see here, launch automatically after login. That's not always started, so I made sure that that was actually clicked. I clicked allow experimental resolutions, whatever, because it seems to be functioning. And I have used Apple Watch because I have an Apple Watch to unlock. So you can go in and play with some of this stuff. There's that please allow display link device to connect. You want to make sure that that's good, which it is. But like I said, the issue at the beginning is if you have both monitors plugged in, there's a lot of these settings that you can't. And the very first time I did it, I got 2 black screens. And I was like, what's going on? On the MacBook, of course, that's not an issue because you have a display. Anyways, this set up like a charm. This was a little bit of work because of that. But it's all working now, which is fantastic. You can turn it off and restart because it's set now to automatically restart after login. It works really good. You can see right now I have a hard drive plugged into it right there, working fine. I can take an SD card. This one, of course, was plugged into my main drive. I can take this now and plug it in here. It doesn't go in too deep, but it goes in, and you'll see fires up on the screen perfectly. I've got it set up as actual, 2 displays because this is hooked into the studio, which means I can move this. I don't have it set up the right way, but you'll get it. You can come in here and go display, and this will come up, and you can go to just your arrange. And I can be like, no, I want this one actually over here, so set it up on this side. And then you can just kind of verify by like taking the screen and just kind of moving it. So I'm like, oh, it's not quite straight enough, so that means this one needs to come up a little bit higher. And I find you'll never get, I went the wrong way. You're never going to get them perfect, but as long as you can get them close, so that that's close enough, right? So I can whip them across like this and be like, yeah, I want that one over there. I love having the extra USB port on the front, which means that the USB-C port, so that I can take a USB-C drive. I could plug it into the front of the studio, of course, but on the MacBook, you are taking up one of your USB ports. So having that USB-C port here as well means that the port that you've taken up on the side, you get back, right? And you'll see, there it is, right there. There's my drive plugged in. That's my Time Machine drive. So functions just great. You'll see it's preparing the backup right now, which is awesome. It works. Just realize, again, on a Mac Studio, little bit of tinkering, but it's there, it's working. I'm happy. And you may ask, well, why are you using this for dual displays when your Mac Studio supports dual displays out of the box? The simple answer is I'm not always using the Mac Studio. I have my MacBook here. My wife actually uses these displays with her Windows computer. So it's really easy now, right? I can actually, you'll see this is all plugged in here. I can. This is the charm of it. I can take that USB-C cable out of the back. Now I've got it hooked into the MacBook, and this now is triple displayed. So if I open up one of these, this should go up here or go across here. So really easy for us here with all of our computers to be able to decide which system I want. And the bonus is all the drives and all the peripherals that are hooked into this are now available here. You'll actually see, right? On my main drive, which you probably can't see elsewhere. My backup drive is there, and my SD card is there, and the external drive is there, and all there. So, and if I plug it into my wife's Dell computer, it works on hers as well. So that's awesome. All right, guys. You know what? For 200 bucks, it's really good. Now, just realize, I think it's 100-watt output, right? So if you are using it here, and you'll see it is charging my laptop, which is great. If you are using it to power your laptop and power, like especially spinning drives, and you got like a printer plugged into it, and you got whatever, you can actually blow through 100 watts. So just make sure that if you are plugging a bunch of things in that require power, just I have already realized that I ran out of power on something, you know, so just like I have 2 spinning drives, and for whatever reason, if I plug them both in, it just kind of says the second one you're not getting. It shows it tries to mount it, but it can't read anything from it. So and if I take that one out and plug the other one in, then they work in reverse. If I take out some other peripherals, then those 2 drives work. So I'm at the point where I've ran out of power. But that thing was loaded, right? It's completely loaded up. So limitation, I guess. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you there. I'll put links down below to the INTPW USB-C dock. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Give you a whole bunch of monitors and like 15 or 16 or whatever it is amount of peripherals that you can plug in. Just use some of them that have their own power. That helps. All right, guys, that's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the little notification bell, and I'll see you guys next video. Later.